One way Spy Family stands out from other animes is with its charismatic leading characters that you can't help but love. Both Loid and Yor instantly stole our hearts not only by their appearance, but also by their personality, skill, dress sense, and genuine love for Anya. This video will reveal compelling details about our favorite legally fake couple, Loid and Yor Forger. While these two have many contrasting attributes, they complement each other perfectly. Let's skip the question of whether they will end up together and instead get to know these characters a little more. And so, here's everything worth knowing about Loid and Yor Forger. For those with the courage to pursue challenging, dangerous, and secretive jobs, it's not unusual to have an alias or code name to go by. Most times, the cool-sounding name can be synonymous with an even better personality, which has been the case for the Forger couple. We already know that Loid Forger is a made-up name prepared by Wise, specifically for Operation Strix, a mission solely aimed at keeping the peace between the East and West. So far, Loid has been shown to forge a lot of names. Even his recent name, Forger, literally screams forgery. Some of his identities include Robert, Twain Phony, Agent Twilight, Loidman, and of course, Loid Forger. In Yor's case, her real name is Yor Briar. Did you know that Yor is actually the shortened form of Yolanda, which translates to violet flower in Greek and Spanish? Meanwhile, in the Garden organization, where she works as an assassin, she's known as a Thorn Princess. An interesting fact to note is that her maiden name, Briar, translates to wild flowers, like roses, known for their thorns. Coincidence? We highly doubt that. Let's get to the exciting bit about their unmatched abilities. We'll be covering both their skills and talents. While Loid plays a perfect spy by excelling in almost any role, Yor, on the other hand, pretty much fails at everything outside of being an assassin, as quoted by Anya. In addition to his undercover spy skills, Loid is shown to be competent in almost every way. Way to go, the world's best spy! To top it off, he's also an exceptional father. Not only can he cook and tutor brilliantly, but he also excels at playing any sport. Moreover, his boundless love for Anya speaks volumes about the doting parent that he genuinely is. Meanwhile, Yor's only asset is her lethal assassination tactics and martial arts abilities. Fortunately, her skill set is handy in her role as Anya's mother. There have been multiple occasions where Yor uses her martial arts skill to save Anya from a group of delinquents. Then there are instances where Yor has also saved Loid and has unknowingly helped with his undercover spy mission. However, on the flip side, Yor is a terrible cook, lacks composure, and is bashful. Despite her best efforts to be the leading maternal figure, she may never quite reach perfection as a mother. Just how many times did she let Anya slip away from her in public? And don't get us started on her cooking. Now the mystery question we're all pondering is, what about their love life? Since Loid is an agreeable 10 out of 10, it'll be strange if he doesn't have several women flaunting over him. Here are a few we can name. First up, Yor Forger. Although the marriage was initially meant to be that of convenience, as we move on, we see that Yor has gradually begun to fall for Loid. Well, who wouldn't fall for a perfect man? We can see her blushing heavily and stuttering at the ideas of kissing Loid. Then when she learns that Fiona Frost might be playing tennis with Loid, she gets suspicious about their relationship and even entertains the idea of destroying Fiona. Next is Fiona Frost, aka Nightfall. Nightfall is an elite spy, just like Twilight. She's among the privileged few who had the opportunity to spend quality time with Loid and witness his extraordinary talent up close. When she appears in the later part of the series as Fiona Frost, it becomes apparent that she's in love with Twilight, especially with her inner voice dialogue and the fantasies of being Loid's wife. She even goes out of her way to demonstrate her commitment to becoming a better wife for Loid than Yor. But her efforts are in vain, as she discovers that Yor is an undeniable force to be reckoned with and not to be underestimated. Lastly, we have Becky Blackbell. Becky is Anya's best friend in school and happens to stumble across a photo of Loid. Becky instantly falls for him, even referring to him as her precious Loid, and considers Yor a rival. In this case, We'll count Becky's crush as a love interest because of how passionate she is in pursuing Loid. On the flip side, for Yor, although she's good-looking, her timid and introverted nature makes it difficult for people to approach her. While Loid has both named and unnamed people in awe of him, Yor really only has Yuri, her younger brother, with an unhealthy attachment to her. Having grown dependent on Yor from a young age, Yuri has developed quite the sister complex and would do anything to keep her safe. He demonstrates his overprotectiveness when he protests about Yor's marriage to Loid, a stranger he had no idea of. But we have to hand it to him, his dedication to eating his sister's inedible cooking is remarkable. He even tries to interfere with Loid and Yor's relationship, but ends up dripping with blood, thanks to Yor. Even though there's a vast difference in their talents and love life, their past is quite similar. With both working in the shadows, Yor and Loid share a common upbringing. Loid is an only child raised as a war orphan in Lewin, Eastern Westalis. After losing both of his parents, Loid eventually became a soldier and later moved on to become the spy known as Twilight. In the same light, Yor Forger became orphaned at a young age too. After her parents died in the war between Ostania and Westalis, she had to solely take care of her younger brother, Yuri. As such, she had to toughen up, and she was eventually recruited by an association called the Garden, which had turned her into a deadly killing machine. With both characters sharing a similar past of surviving and overcoming adversity, it's not surprising that both have superior combat abilities. The question is, however, who is stronger? While Yor and Loid are both good at what they do, we can safely compare their strengths based on what we have seen in the series so far. Yor has been shown countless times to have more edge when it comes to physical capabilities. While Loid excels at hand-to-hand combat, Yor's martial arts skill is way above his. In the castle operation, when Yor gets drunk, the two duke it out, and we witness the full force of Yor's powerful punches. Even Agent Twilight's supposed peak human strength and swiftness could barely keep up. We wonder how the fight would have ended if Yor didn't pass out in this scene. However, as a professional spy, Loid's incredible intellect overcompensates for whatever he tends to fall short of, so there's a good chance he can beat her, given time and distance. So, enough about their fighting skills. How about their daily lives at the workplace? Besides being a spy under the intelligence situation, Wise, Loid works as a psychiatrist at the Berlin General Hospital. Although this is only to bring legitimacy into the whole Forger family arrangements, Loid actually does his job at the hospital quite well. As a matter of fact, it's revealed that he is loved by many of his colleagues. In Yor's case, she works as a clerk in the city hall during the day and does her job pretty well. It's safe to say that she gets along with her colleagues, but we can't be sure when it comes to the gossiping ladies. At night, she's an assassin working for an organization called the Garden, and not much has been revealed about them as of the making of this video. With all this facade and hidden identities, it makes you wonder how they manage their appearances in public. While Loid and Yor are good dressers, there's consistency in their outfits. Yor, for example, usually wears a distally pointed earring and a headband. She's always well dressed and never fails to cover herself eloquently, like her signature red sweater. For Loid, he has always dressed appropriately, whether in his gentleman's or doctor's attire. He usually wears a brooch on his three-piece suit as well. Although this hints at his association with the Wise institution, it's surprising why he wears it knowing the potential dangers. Now that we covered everything from their names to their abilities and appearance, we'll need to dive into their hobbies, likes, and dislikes. Loid wholeheartedly loves being a spy, so much so that he has become the embodiment of the profession, and all his junior colleagues idolize him. However, if there's one feat we know Loid loves and is good at, that is undoubtedly his disguising skills. His dream is to keep the peace between the East and West and stop any war from happening like it did in his childhood. With such a difficult upbringing, Loid doesn't have the luxury of hate, as such emotions can influence his decision-making during missions. Although he has expressed his dislikes for children, he must persevere through Anya's antics to ensure the mission is a success. On the other hand, Yor is a typical simple lady that wants to be helpful to the people around her. She takes great pleasure in spending time with her family, being a devoted wife, and looking out for Anya. Although she's a terrible cook, that doesn't stop her from trying for the people she cares about. But if there's one person Yor dislikes, it is Murdoch Swan. Yeah, the rude 47-year-old director from Eden Academy's interview. Not only does he belittle Yor as a wife, but he also makes Anya shed tears by dredging up painful memories from her past. If there's one thing we learned from Spy Family, don't make Anya cry. In conclusion, Loid and Yor are both strong-minded people with a natural flair for taking action. Their job as a spy and an assassin makes them versatile, enabling them to handle any situation. They also have a unique fashion sense, from Loid's dapper style to Yor's delicate look. But most importantly, their determination and love for their family are incredibly admirable. Although Loid and Yor have vastly different backgrounds, they both share the same goal of protecting their family at all costs. What a dynamic duo! And that's everything you need to know about Loid and Yor Forger from the Spy Family anime. But if there's anything we missed, let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're looking for more related content, check out our video here. Thanks for watching!